What's up, guys? My name's Dankenstein, and today I'm going to be recording some top lines. So the track I'm going to be working on today is a collaboration that I'm doing with my homie Javi, who usually makes kind of like the lo-fi hip-hop type beats. I'll have a link down below so you can check him out and get him some love. But the track that we're working on is kind of a combination of that sort of hip-hop and some more like future-based type of vibes. And we both kind of decided that what it really needs is some vocals. So that's what I'm going to be working on today, is just getting some good, clean vocals in there to really help drive the song home. So what that was is a little time lapse of me setting up my ghetto vocal studio, and it reminded me of something that I think is really, really important, and that is use what you have. You know, I don't have access to an excellent vocal recording studio, but I've got a bunch of comforters that I can just hang from the ceiling and get a very similar effect to having like a properly treated vocal studio. Really what I'm trying to get across is you can use whatever you have. You know, I'm using a beanie as a pop filter. It's all this kind of stuff where if you're really careful and you kind of know what you're doing, you can really get away with just using whatever you have available. And I think that's really important, especially when you're starting out, is you use what you've got. You know, if all you've got is a low spec laptop and a free studio to work in, that's fine, use it, you can do that. You know, at the same time, you know, if you have a super expensive setup with, you know, the latest MacBook and whatever workstation you decide that you want to use, that's cool too. Use what you've got and you can still make amazing, amazing work. So after recording a few takes of the vocal, I edited them together and added some compression to bring them together into one take, which I then put a limiter on to bring the vocal together into one unified piece. So the processing that I did on this vocal was pretty simple. I duplicated it a couple of times and I adjusted the pitch and formant. This creates a little bit more full of a spectrum when it's mixed in together, and it helps it sound just a little bit more present and a little bit more interesting. From that point, I used Waves Tune Live, which is a auto-tuning plugin that you can link to MIDI, and I used that to hard tune a layer of the vocals. And I did this 3 times. I did a low pass where I pitched it down 2 octaves and went with the hard tune. I also did one that was 1 octave down and one that was a perfect 5th above the higher of the 2. This creates a very basic chord. It fills in the spectrum a little bit, and with some additional processing it sounds really interesting, and it helps to create this sort of over-processed and super robotic effect that I was going for during the processing of this vocal. I mixed those together before I moved on to using a plugin by iZotope, which is called Vocal Synth, which is a vocoder and again linked to MIDI. For this one I was using chords to really try and bring out some more interesting sounds on that vocal. And then once it was all mixed in, I compressed it as a chain using the glue compressor that Ableton comes with. I did some light width processing on all of the higher registered channels, doing a little bit of parallel processing, some Haas effect stuff to really make this sound come in over the top. And then what I did after that was I ran it through the Maserati VX1 vocal plugin, which is a really great plugin in that it allows you to quickly A/B test a bunch of different settings so that you can very quickly and easily figure out which one works best for the sound that you're trying to go for. And once I had everything with the sound where I wanted it, I bounced it all to audio and I imported that track into my playlist. From there, I then just trimmed out some pieces that were weird artifacts from some of the processing, and then I mixed it in with the final. And really the biggest impact here was done by the vocal synth and then the Maserati plugin. Without those two, I think that this would be a much less interesting and a much less appealing sound, and I don't think it would fit quite as well with the atmosphere of the entire track. But anyways, you've now seen the workflow, and now let's hear it. It's been a long road traveled. It's been a long road traveled. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this new video format. If you like it, definitely leave a like, comment. Today we're going to be putting the shrug emoji down in the comments section. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.